in terms of coaching opportunities abroad, I think Harlequins is a huge club. Like from when I was a kid, I used to watch Keith Wood playing over there, and they've always had, a very strong tradition. Very, you're looking at clubs trying to see like mirroring, I suppose, what I would have been, what I would have grown up with. So a very traditional club, much like Munster, where I was. A very strong supporter base as well, and they have a very specific, way of playing. They're aligned to an attacking game that's in their DNA. And I suppose, you look at the quality of the players and the coaches that they have as well there. And I think, from my own point of view, I want to develop as a coach as well, and I want to add to what's there. And I think that working with the likes of Guzzi and Longy and Nick and Baum, that's going to be really good for me. So there's a lot of factors. My partner is also, she's originally from around Guildford, so it should help the transition in terms of settling in as well. So there's lots of factors there, but I see Harlequins as a real sleeping giant of a club. The traditional game that I've grown up with, and that probably I've been coaching for the last few years, has been a strong set piece game. So we want to be very, very competitive there. We also want to be a pack that, if I'm being honest, you want to be a pack that's feared or respected at the very, very least. And I think from an individual point of view, then, like, you want to be developing the players, particularly with the type of game that Longy, Nick, and Guzzi will want to play. I think it'll beyond just set piece for myself and Adam. We want to be developing the forwards and developing their skill sets, so they're actually contributing more in open play as well, because that's where rugby's going. You look at some of the talent, like I watched the Saracens game this morning, and I thought Marcus Smith was outstanding in it, and not just outstanding because I was always aware of him. He's on, he'd be on the radar as an attacking threat, but he's obviously a fantastic footballer, very good skill set, and very, very quick. But it's his kicking game as well. I can see him maturing. I can see the work that Nick Evans and Guzzi are putting into him. I think he's got a few more areas to improve on to become a top class test fly half. But he has X factor, and that's to have someone like that, and to have someone like Danny Kerr inside him, and that's key, because your 9 and 10 are really steering the ship. And the fact that Harlequins have a guy who's attacking rugby is in his genes as well, is a good mix. Looking beyond that, I've always been a huge fan of Mike Brown's. I love him as a player. He's very, very abrasive. He's ultra competitive. The kind of guy that you'd want on your side whenever you're going in. He gives players around him confidence. Esterhazen has been carving up in Super Rugby so far for the Sharks, and very, very physical, but also has a point of difference in his distribution. And then, I suppose if you want to look in towards the pack, Dom Brandt is a standout there in terms of another guy with X factor there. So, there's areas I can see that the club has exactly what it needs in terms of, like, to make that attacking game tick. You need to have players who can just pull a rabbit out of a hat. And I suppose my job as a coach is to look at some of the mechanical things that we can do that I suppose gives us a better foundation all the time. And then when you add in that X factor on top of that, it's an exciting, it's very, very potent for a rugby side. I'm looking forward to getting involved with the players, and I'm looking forward to working with them and building relationships throughout the club with everyone. And I'm looking forward to engaging with the supporters, because there's a real strong rugby, supporter base around Quins. I think a lot of the clubs in the Premiership will be jealous of that. So I want to, as soon as we can, hit the ground running and try and reward them.